Masterton District Council is increasingly divided over plans for the new civic centre development. Over 1,000 Wairarapa residents gathered on Saturday to protest Council's current consideration for development in place of the existing recreational space, pools and war memorial stadium.
The protest today was all about attempting to persuade the District Council to put a halt to the civic centre project that they've undertaken under their long-term plan, which has received an enormous amount of opposition.
Masterton has been without a civic centre since the closure of the council's earthquake-prone town hall in 2016.
The old town hall has to be demolished, has to come down. And so there is a perfectly valid site there with plenty of space. It's a solid site, the foundations are okay there, and there's plenty of parking. They put civic centre here, they're going to have to create new parking facilities for it. And how do they do that? Well, they probably close Dixon Street, which they haven't admitted at this point in time, but also they're talking about closing off part of Queen Street. So we're saying the population of Masterton is not behind this. We want them to halt and allow the new council coming in October to review it, consult comprehensively with the community and make the choice, rather than have councillors half against, half for. How can you proceed with a $31 million project when you have half of your council who don't want to do that?
Other councillors who, good on them for standing up against it, but they get abused as well. I remember very much a term dodo was used about one of them.
It's just so great to see so many of the community out here today. I think it shows the depth of feeling for what's happening in Masterton at the moment over the civic centre. People are really engaged, and I think when you look around at the numbers we've got, people are really getting united over it. And I think from a councillor that's something that we really appreciate.
And this end of town is our recreation area with the skate park and the pools. They're really important to our community and our families and have been for many, many years. We need to keep this here.
But these residents are not yet convinced by the options for land planning under investigation.
I'm in opposition to the council's civic building plan, largely because they want to move it north and spoil this area for no apparent good reason, and also because I'm an advocate that the facade, at least, of the old town hall be retained.
They just need to make decisions for what's good for our children. At the end of the day, it's not about what the adults want, it's about what's good for our kids.
It's more important that we come together as a community, and we need a place for that, for sure. But listen to the ratepayers, because the ratepayers pay their rates, who in turn pay the councillors and pay the bills. So it's very important that we're heard and we're part of that consultation and part of that due process.
I'd like to see some information behind the decisions, pros and cons, and justifications.
There's no rational reason why they can't actually do genuine consultation on this and actually do what we citizens and ratepayers want out of our town.
In our view, there is only one site, and that is the existing town hall site. We believe we can build a very, very good performing arts centre, which is what they first talked about in 2016 when the old town hall was condemned. They wanted a performing arts centre to replace that. That can be done. We've got a draft plan that shows that can be done for about $13.5 million.
Despite some council members being opposed to the build in the recreational space, Masterton District Council spokespersons say council have not yet received any proposals for the site.
The council are they've got half say yes and half say no. I mean, is that a mandate to proceed? We don't think so.
Consultation will continue. Ellie Franco, Local Focus.